I know that when I was talking and the grandkids were sitting there, there were some things I didn't bring up because I didn't know that they might not really understand what it felt like, so I never talked about it. So I don't know that there are other people who felt the same way when they were talking about their experience. But so there's that part too, so maybe it's not fair because we didn't talk about it then, but on the other hand, would they really understand what we went through? Or is it something that we made up just to be talking? I don't know. I think it depends on the person who's experiencing it and are willing to really put themselves in a position that we were in and then understand the feeling we had, to how we were treated, and how we were able to cope with what happened. And in fact, on one pilgrimage, the grandchildren, or not, in fact, it was not the grandchildren, it was this lady's own children came on the pilgrimage, and mother talked about what she went through in camp, and the father was there, he did the same. And for the first time, the kids really understood where mom and dad came from and what they went through to be parents, to be able to give them what they were getting right now. So the kids who sat in the meeting and listened to their father and mother talk about their experience in camp, they were crying. For the first time, they really understood where the parents went through all that agony and pain to get to where they were, and they had the children, and they were making do with what they had. And so this young man and young lady who were the children of these parents, they really said they're going to change their attitude toward the parents after listening to what they went through. So that's an example of what the kids really didn't understand before. But coming to the pilgrimage, they learned for the first time what the parents actually went through when they were young, and really brought home a large message to them that they cannot take things for granted just because the parents don't talk about it. So I'm a firm believer that pilgrimages are really necessary if the young people are willing to listen to what is being told, that it's not all made up, that the parents or the person talking about camp life really, really happened and how they experienced it. If the person themselves really understood what the parents went through in camp, they would really have something to compare with what's happening now and what's going to happen in the future when they're in the parents' age. But unless they really understand that part, I don't think they would really appreciate the things that happened way back when to what they're going through now with all this high-tech stuff going on. There's so much of taking things for granted and assuming everything was always okay. They don't understand what it took to get there, to make it comfortable for them to live the way they are used to living right now, because they never suffered. And I think if a person suffered and really affected them as a person, they would really understand the gratefulness of what the parents went through and to make it so livable for them today. And at that time, maybe we're talking about the future where the young ones now will go through adjustments which are a little different from what they were used to or how they grew up. will they really appreciate it? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.